How's it going, everyone? It's me, Whiplashthesnake, and before we get started on today's YouTuber review, I promise I'm not going to take too much of your time here. I'd just like to apologize for this video taking so long to come out. I mean, especially after my last video stating very clearly, when will you be uploading? I'm likely gonna be shooting for once or twice a week. And yes, don't worry, that is still my goal. It just so happened to be the day after I posted that video, we had to get some floors redone, and my desk was completely buried for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Just had to go and make a liar on me, didn't ya? But now that my desk is no longer a trash pile, and Snake can once again happily view his regular garbage, I do plan on resuming that schedule, with my next video being a mini YouTuber review. Yes, you guys don't have to ask anymore, I saw the comments on the last video, my god. But I've wasted enough of your time, let's get on with the video. Also, one more thing, I'm trying not to swear this video, so tell me what you think about it. Hello one and all, and welcome to YouTuber Review, a show where we go through some of the biggest names in YouTube and analyze them for their quality of content, the current status of their channels, and the personalities they put behind it, while at the same time giving them a minor helping of criticism, but only as long as you spell minor like this. On our last episode, the Mighty Wheel of Selection chose none other than a YouTuber by the name of StampyLongHead. A YouTuber which, I'm not going to lie, I was not looking forward to doing at all. And to all of Stampy's fans out there, don't worry, I'm still gonna give him a fair shot, even despite that fact. Just know for the purposes of this review, I'm looking at his channel from 2 different perspectives. The first of which being my own demographic, that of course being young adults and even teens who are into all that cool stuff, you know, like angst. Trust me, I'm super edgy, you guys. But then also I'm going to look at it from his own demographic side. That of course being the Logan Paul Defense Brigade. Oh wait, no, I read that wrong. I mean kids. So just try and keep that in mind throughout the review. There will be actually 2 scores at the end, and is also going to be why I'm going back over certain sections and saying different things. And for those of you who might be saying that's a little bit extra, don't worry, I'm just doing this for the kids that go onto this video saying, "Why are you being so hard on Stampy?" This is just an easy way to clear up any potential confusion for people who don't pay complete attention. That being said though, let's just get on to the review. A YouTuber by the name of StampyLongHead, according to his About page, joined the wonderful website known as YouTube in what was that 2011? You're joking, right? Don't worry, this is explained because this was actually his second channel at one point. But we're just gonna jump down that rabbit hole of confusion when we get to it, okay? The important bit of information is that his main channel of StampyLongHead over those 7 short years has gained a following of over 8.7 million subscribers. That's a lot of Minecraft. And over his time here on YouTube, he has made at least 4 other YouTube channels. And if we want to go in order of how they're listed, the first of these alternate channels is called WonderQuest, a channel which at first glance just kind of looks like, oh look, more Minecraft, and proudly boasts in the banner new episodes every Saturday. Glad to see that that's really working out. But if you take a moment to look through the content, you'll actually see that it's pretty high production stuff, especially if we're talking about one of the main series on the channel called I Wonder, a fully animated, fully scripted show that's generally 3 to 4 minutes long. And for children, this show does fill an educational purpose, teaching children about many curiosities they may have had and why things are the way they are a lot of times. Now, of course, I have to emphasize this again, this show is for children. Young children. The kind that you chuck a tablet at and lock in a room until their frontal lobe develops. No, you cannot come out yet! But for anyone with at least a 3rd grade education, the show does fall into the same potholes that a lot of children's shows fall into, and that's that the show seems to just be talking at you a lot of the time. Are you learning your days paying good mind to put you through college? You know the types. Information on top of information that's just relentless, and it's basically the entire episode. Are you sure you're learning yet? But believe it or not, those are just side contents for the series' main episodes and namesake called WonderQuest, now available in VR. A series that, from at least what I can tell, appears to be roughly scripted. The series itself definitely having a flow to it and having lines that need to be said, but due to its live action nature with them actually moving around in the scenes and doing the things personally, it allows them to ad-lib a few lines every now and again. And these episodes aren't very short either. Expect to be sitting down and watching them for a good 15 to 20 minutes. And that's not even mentioning that for each of these episodes, they have a ton of different set pieces and worlds that they go to that are all custom hand built. So to the Wonder Quest build team, congrats, you did a good job. But as far as the rest of it goes, it kind of comes down to personal taste, if you like what they're doing in the show or not. It's not as kiddie as I Wonder is. It does have a lot of fast cuts to it and showing a bunch of different camera angles, all of which are trying to work together and show a complete and coherent story that they're trying to set up here. And while I kind of saw it as a big, structured, scripted role play, I can see why a lot of people would enjoy the series, and if it's your thing and it looks interesting to you, go check it out. But this is only the first stop of 5 that we have to make on this review, so let's move on to the next channel, which very simply goes by the name of StampyLongNose. A channel which, as it currently sits, kind of seems like it's just a normal second channel for vlogs. But in all reality, this was actually his first channel. Seriously, even on his about page, he says that's his second channel, but it was made on August 3rd, 2006. No matter how you look at it, that's 5 years before his main channel. So what exactly happened here? Keep in mind, I'm not a long-time Stampy watcher, and in all the research that I've been able to do, I haven't found any explanation for this. Ultimately, I'm left to guess that this was a decision made when his channel started exploding in the children's Minecraft direction, as a way for him to separate into kid-friendly content, which his original channel actually wasn't completely about at first. Believe it or not, he used to do Call of Duty and Halo type videos, and special thanks to Luigi Gamer TBS, because without him I don't think I would have ever found this. It's just surprising to see and hear that in his very early days of YouTube, he was actually doing stuff in the M-rated category. Heck, he was even branded with something called Games Thirst, which if at one point they were a community channel, they aren't around anymore it seems. BuzzFeed's there though, so that's cool. Unfortunately now though, the channel's history has been somewhat erased, and instead turned into what it says in his description, that it's a second channel, with nothing else left to put on it but some vlogs every now and again, behind the scenes stuff, and the first video that happens to be on his channel here, which was a Let's talking about hate comments, and it was only posted a year ago. Yep, this was made in 2006, right? Moving on to the next channel, we have a channel by the name of Magic Animal Club, a channel that seemed to be made in cooperation with another YouTuber named iBallisticSquid, but seeing as their last episode was 6 months ago, so unless something changes pretty soon, I'm pretty sure that this channel is dead as well, at least for the time being. But as for what this channel was, at least for in the latter portion of its life, it seemed to be a place to host a podcast. However, its original purpose seemed to be a lot more second channel-y, with more vlogs and a bunch of just random posts. But since his first channel has become his second channel, let's just take a look and see what this second channel had that made it unique. That of course being the podcast with iBallisticSquid. And if I'm being completely honest, their podcast, it wasn't really that bad. I actually enjoyed it. Because while it isn't really that much to watch, it's just an uncut video of them walking around in their world that they're slowly making and building up. Just them chatting back and forth as they walked around. It was actually pretty nice to listen to, you know, just put it off to the side, listen to it in the background while you're doing some other stuff. And the best part, it wasn't overly kidified, just general conversations of what was going on their channels, their personal lives, and whatever came to mind at the moment. Honestly, if he is able to at some point, I would like to see a return of it in the future. But last and certainly most confusing of the side channels of StampyLongNose, we have a channel by the name of Let's Cress, a channel that I can only assume was made as a joke because there were only 7 videos ever posted on it, and it was over a year ago. With all that aside, if you just came across this channel randomly, the first thing that would probably pop into your head, just as it did with mine, is what the heck is Cress? Well, I'm gonna tell you, big boy, because if you ever heard the commercial, yeah, you know where this is going. Yes, it is an entire channel dedicated around making chia pets, occasionally in random objects. Why is this a thing? I don't know, it's pretty. Don't you guys say, wait, where are you going? No, come back, please. I honestly do not know why this channel exists. My best guess is it's some kind of satire channel where he plays a character that's obsessed with Cress for some reason. I don't know, guys. But as far as the channel goes, just on its own merits, I'm pretty sure I can call it a joke just by these 2 next words. And those words are... Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that we can pretty safely call this channel a joke and move on. And with that, that brings us finally back to his main channel, StampyLongHead. And what are we at? Only 10 minutes in? That's actually a pretty significant amount of time, I'm so sorry. But over the 7 years that Stampy has been on this website, at least under this name that is, he's done some pretty impressive things. Those things including, but not limited to, appearing on multiple other Minecraft YouTubers' channels, some of which weren't even Minecraft, but they talked about Minecraft.
How does the creeper assassinate you? With its something.
Whoosh! Whoosh! Whoosh!
B. Lunges at you and knocks you out. Yep. That is incorrect. So what are what's the last?
He's also been invited as a host of a bunch of different panels at Minecon at a Minecraft convention, and he has also worked for the amazing Telltale Games as a voice actor to play a Minecraft character who was literally him in their game Minecraft Story Mode, first appearing in episode 6, A Portal to Mystery. Yeah, no matter how you look at that, that's some pretty impressive stuff, especially just for some guy playing Minecraft and posting those videos on the internet. Which brings to mind, who is exactly this Stampy fellow? Well, the identity behind the character known as Stampy Cat is a man called Joseph Garrett, a 23-year-old lad who lives out of Portsmouth, England, and before becoming a YouTuber, he actually worked at a pub. Quite the change to now being a children's entertainer. But now with that finally out of the way, let's just go ahead and start talking about the gosh diddly dang channel already, okay? I know, okay, but they're doing it. So, what sorts of videos does Stampy make? Wow, Minecraft shocker, wow Whip, you're so smart. But he also plays a lot of games of the variety. You know, mostly the kid-friendly Nintendo stuff with maybe some T-Red stuff here and there. But for the most part, you got your Minecraft, you got your Mayro, you got your Zalery. You know, the things that are kind of kid-friendly and won't give your little ones an aneurysm. Oh God! Yes, of course. The thing that most everyone knows him for and the thing that he's most popular for is his Minecraft videos. And you might be saying, oh look, another Minecraft channel, you know, playing on the PC, doing a bunch of mods, doing a bunch of packs, you know, that kind of stuff. No! The thing that sets Stampy apart from the rest is the fact that he plays on the console. Yes, the console. That's right, boys and girls, sit down and buckle up, because for the most part, we are playing vanilla. But then the question becomes, what are the quality of these Minecraft videos and or other Let's Plays? Well, considering the fact that he uploads a video every single day with the length of at least 20 to 30 minutes, call me crazy, but I don't think that the editing game in a lot of his videos, even though he can afford an editor, is that high. And if you'll allow me to jump the gun on this one just a little bit, I'm just going to come out and say it, there's absolutely none. It's bare minimum on these videos, the editing that's put in. But whether that's a good thing or a bad thing to you is entirely subjective. A lot of people like the bare bones type of editing style. It's the plain basic video where you got your fade in, your fade out, and not even an end card to end the thing off, just you and the person. And while I could very easily right here take the route of going, oh, this is completely lazy, you could poop out a video of any length with that if you're not putting any effort into it, no, I'm not going to do that. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how much effort was put into the video itself, it is a style choice. And heck, it's worked out really well for him so far, I mean, my lordy. And there is a genuine skill and development that goes into making these sort of videos. And that's a skill that every single gamer on this website has had to develop in some way or another, and that's being a one-man show. Talking and talking and talking and never running out of things to say. And when you're doing that off the cuff with no script to go off of, just doing your random stuff in the game as you play, that's a lot of skill. I mean, seriously, do you guys think that I do these reviews in one take? Heck no, I cannot do that in one take. Look at all these different voice recordings there are. It is a mountain of failures and re-recording. So to literally sit down and be able to hold a conversation with yourself for up to 30 minutes, that's pretty impressive. So then it becomes the question of what is it exactly that's filling up that time? And at this point, this is where things begin to get polarizing. As just his style and how he approaches his audience in most of his videos, it is is very centered on the kids. From the games he plays to how he comes across to his audience and even how he speaks his voice. It is all centered so much around the kids. And while that's fine for his core demographic, as his audience grows up or older people enter his channel, most people will be like, this is way too PC, and generally will click off of it, or even as they grow up unsubscribe because it's just coming across as baby content. And yes, while this next bit can be cut down to personal taste, being in the Let's Play genre and having videos as long as they are for him, you'd expect a little bit more comedy in them. And look, I know a lot of people at this point will just be like, okay, Whip. Okay, sit down.
You're not funny, die lol XD.
I get it, I do. Comedy is subjective. But when your main source of comedy is, oh, Stampy, you're so silly, aw, look at that, you wet the bed. You can't be really surprised when people look at your channel and they're older and be like, okay, this is for younger kids. And when that's really the case, you run the risk and you have to ask yourself the question, what happens when my audience outgrows me? Do you hope that your audience replaces itself as time goes on? Or do you take the route of a bunch of other former Minecraft YouTubers, slowly turning away from kid content and morphing their channel into more and more adult themes? But I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this opinion. I mean, he does have over 8 million subscribers. All I can do is have you make your own decision. And as a way to put his best foot forward, let's take a look at one of his newest videos, which just so happens to be his video called Minecraft Xbox Huge Project Xbox One.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to a Minecraft Let's Play video, and another video inside of Stampy's lovely world. Good morning, William Beaver, good morning, Polly Raindip, who was on her roof, and good morning to Fizzy Elephant, who was just saying that I wet the bed, but I didn't wet the bed because it's obviously just a bucket of water that you threw on the bed, so I will not accept such allegations, and stay away from my cake, don't eat my cake again. Nom 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 nom. That was like the quickest I've eaten some cake. You were just a tiny bit too slow then, Fizzy, I saw your attempt.
But yeah, you can see what I mean here. It's not bad per se, it just has that really kiddie vibe. Just watching it, you know exactly who this content is directed for. Heck, he even shows it in the video. But even still, the videos do seem to have a train of thought to them at least. Having a main focus that they want to get done or something that they want to do in the video, and they just go ahead and make it done, no matter how long that task takes. And honestly, you can tell that they kind of rehearsed this beforehand, because even with his mute friends in the background, as Stampy's off doing something by himself, they'll move and go to the next location that he's about to go and just do something for when he arrives. But really, it's a way for him to do these Let's Plays, just not alone. Yes, although he's doing all the commentary by himself, it still gives him someone to bounce off of, even if they aren't talking themselves. Plus, having people in the background allows him to do things like play mini-games instead of just build or craft all the time, because what else are you supposed to do in solo Minecraft? It's actually a really good way to keep things from getting stale, especially in such a repetitive game like Minecraft. And while I really do like how these guys help spruce up the commentary in these videos, honestly, it still comes down to if you like the commentary or not. And for some of you, it might be fine, but for me, when it's just you and the stamp, it's just kind of boring. Because at least when he's doing videos alone, he always seems to fall into one or two pit holes. One of those being for very long sections of times in a lot of videos, all he'll do is just completely narrate every single move he's making.
Let's go and jump along here. Can I just jump? I kind of wish I could jump off the left. Maybe can I do like the old triple bounce thing? If you go boing, boing. I've jumped into like I jump off that jump, bounce off the wall.
That or he'll just begin giving a game tutorial almost.
This one you can do like, yeah, the spin jump you can do like this. Then you can sprint and jump as well. So the great thing about this game, other than the fact that it's just really fun to play, is there's so much hidden stuff in it.
And I know a lot of people might call this nitpicking here, that I'm going at him for saying stuff about a game while he's playing a game. Yes, that's what you do during gameplay. The point I'm really trying to get at here is when you're doing gameplay videos, as long as he does, without a single cut in the video, you'll often be racking your brain just trying to find something. Anything at all to say, just to fill up that little bit more of time so that there's not just dead zones of... See, that's kind of awkward, isn't it? But honestly, it's just something that you run into when you're trying to do long, uncut videos. And honestly, I think it would change if he switched up that type of formula. Because right now, as the videos sit, if you were to go ahead and play the Stampy drinking game and take a drink every single time he says the word you'd probably be dead. But at this point, unfortunately, I don't think there's really too much left that we can say about Stampy. So with that, let's just go ahead and get into his final score. And for those of you who are new to the show, we rate channels on here under 4 different categories. A 9 to 10 gets them a subscribe, a 6 to 8 gets them a check them out, a 4 to 5 gets them a maybe watch one of their videos, make your own opinions on it, and then a 1 to 3 gets them and avoid at all costs. Run as fast as you can! So the question really becomes, where does good old Stampy Cat land on this spectrum? And as I said at the beginning, I am going to be rating this for both kids and adults watching this channel, and then I'll go ahead and average those two for the general audience score. And first of all, for the children, yes, his channel is a perfect 10 out of 10. It is amazing for kids. You got those educational bits, you got those really kid-friendly games, you got that PG content. But for older audience who are stumbling over to your channel, there's really nothing for them to see there. It's not for them, and I'm gonna have to give it a 4 out of 10, unfortunately. Which, for general audiences, leaves Stampy at an average score of 7 out of 10. Go and check him out. He genuinely does seem like a good guy, and if you go ahead and check him out, you might find that you enjoy some of his content. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. Or you can just find it all too kid-friendly. But with that being said, let's just go ahead and spin the wheel of selection and figure out who's up next. Oh boy, going from one Minecraft YouTuber to another one, Sunday. Alright, well this'll be fun. But yes, thank you all so much for watching this video. I know it's taken forever for me to get this out. I apologize so much for that. I'm a lazy cunt. Go ahead and type it in the comments. I'm sorry, okay? But if you did enjoy this episode, go ahead and check out Stampy Cat, the person featured in it. He is listed right here. Go ahead, click on him. If you are older, go ahead and check out his podcast on the Magic Animal Club channel. That stuff was actually pretty enjoyable, I have to say. I actually went ahead and played through an entire episode of it just sitting down and recording this, so it's alright. And yes, don't worry, the next video I come out with is going to be a mini review, so go ahead and post in the comments saying you'll want to be reviewed. I know you're going to do it anyway. But this has been Whiplash. Go follow me on Twitter, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye!